As you know, as you've probably no doubt heard by now, the Iowa caucuses were last night. Somehow they managed, after 3 years of preparation, to completely bungle it. The night ended with no winner, no results, nothing, which threw everybody into disarray, including the media, which led to, and I want to play this just at the front of the show because I think this is just a great moment. A great moment in media was this right here. Watch this.
Sean Sebastian is joining us right now from Story County. He's a precinct secretary out there. What can you tell us about this delay in getting any results, Sean?
Well, Wolf, I have been on hold for over an hour with the Iowa Democratic Party. They tried to, I think, promote an app to report the results. The app, by all accounts, just doesn't work. So we've been recommended to call into the hotline, and the hotline has not been responsive.
Have you gotten any explanation, Sean? Sean, have you gotten any explanation at all as to what's going on?
No, I have not. No. I'm just waiting on hold and doing my best to report the results from my precinct.
What are you hearing? I know you're listening to a conversation from the Iowa Democratic Party.
So this is a real coincidence, Wolf. I just got off hold just now, so I've got to get off the phone to report the results.
All right, go ahead. Report your results. Can we listen in as you report them, Sean?
Yep.
All right, let's listen.
All right. Okay. Hi. Hello? They hung up on me. They hung up on me. Okay. I've got to get back in line on hold. They just hung up.
It's so frustrating indeed.
Now, on one hand, I really love that. It's good stuff. But on the other, I feel for that guy. I feel I can relate to it, especially as a parent, because this has definitely happened to me before, where I'm waiting on hold with Comcast or somebody for 45 minutes. And then after 45 minutes, my kids come into the room and they distract me. And I'm telling them to I'm yelling at them. And then in the melee, the customer rep comes on the phone, but I'm distracted. And he takes the opportunity to just hang up. So, and of course, in this analogy, Wolf Blitzer would be like my kids. So that was fun though. But the utter incompetence of the Democratic Party here, and not just here, but over the past 3 years and beyond, does lead us to, I think, to a more serious, perhaps ominous point. Okay, so there are a few lessons that we can learn, I think, from the disastrous beginning of the Democrat Party's primary process, a process that, as they boasted in a tweet on Monday afternoon, they'd spent the last 3 years preparing for. That's what they said. And the pilot of the Hindenburg also spent time preparing, but all of the preparation in the world can't compensate for incompetent execution. So somehow after the buildup, Monday night ended without a winner or any results at all. And it seems part of the problem is that the Democrats decided to hand the facilitation and management of its primary in Iowa over to a secretive firm in D.C. called literally Shadow Inc. That's literally the name of the organization, Shadow Inc., which is a bit like sending your children to a daycare center called Child Neglect LLC. So I just imagine the bosses of the Democrat Party in the offices of Shadow Inc. And there's a guy sitting at his desk with his chair turned around, looking out the window, his back to them, puffing on a cigar, stroking a cat. And they say, yeah, I think this is the guy. This is the guy that needs to handle our primaries. And these are the sorts of unforced errors that the Democrats can't seem to stop themselves from making as they continue, as I said, to achieve the remarkable feat of making the Republican Party look good somehow. Now, of course, I may be giving them too much credit when I say that this is an error. I'm not sure that this debacle can be called an error necessarily, because that categorization assumes that there's no deliberate corruption at work here. And that's probably not a safe assumption, especially given the Democrats' track record with primaries. But all in all, this amounts to more good news for Donald Trump, who is a man that has been blessed with the most impotent and ineffectual adversaries that probably the world has ever seen. This is Donald Trump is so fortunate. God has blessed him with these buffoons as his enemies. And as many of us have been saying for years now, ever since Trump came on the scene, especially ever since he became president, all the Democrats really have to do is just be basically normal and sane, and that probably be enough to get the edge and to win in 2020. It's all they need to do, and they can't even do that. That bar, as low as it is, they're not able to get over that bar. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily Wire, one of the fastest growing conservative outlets in the entire country. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and then subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of our content.